We are ready to begin. We would first like to thank you for being here today, for gathering, for supporting Chandra, and being support of others that are in your area, in your field, we would say. And if you have a question, we are ready.
Thank you so much. The question that came up is, what preparations can you suggest for humanity to go through during these various transitions that humanity and the earth will be going through, so we can do so with more ease and grace through all these transitions that seem to be happening for us individually and collectively at this time?
Thank you. It is that this was one of the things that Chandra wanted to speak of, but she had so many on her mind. So we gave you free will to ask questions. And she wanted to step out of the way to let it be as it should be. And so how to prepare is to be in observance, to not get caught in others' troubles, options, opinions. There are those that is who and what they are supposed to be doing. Everybody has a role to play, and not to get mad at them or be angry at them, that is what they came to help you to be, to see, to be in observance. And when you're observing it, do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Is it right? Is it wrong? This is how you observe it, not to react to it, not to get upset by it, whatever it may be. For the greatest good is to come. There are going to be many challenges, hurdles to overcome for humanity. And at this time, you do not understand the process of what it will look like at the outcome. It's a seed that's been planted. This seed cannot be taken away anymore. It is on its path. This seed, when you see it in your hand, you do not see whatever it would be that it would be when it is at its final outcome. It could be a tree. And from that seed, you would have never known that is what was planted. And just knowing that having the greatest love and compassion in your heart without judgment is going to help you the greatest at this time. And though it may be hard at times to not get involved, this is what we ask. If possible, if needed, you are able to give advice, but it is always free will of that person having the issue, having the trouble, having whatever is going on in their life, their triggers that may possibly trigger you, but it is best not to be triggered, to be the observer if at all possible. Does this answer your question, or shall we go on?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much. It's very, very helpful. I would also like to well, I don't know, understand, but to see whatever guidance you can give us. And I guess it falls back to a lot of what you just said, but what is this feeling of the next shoe dropping? It seems like everybody just has this feeling that there's something that's going to happen. And it's just, it doesn't matter whether you're, who you are down the street. It seems like everybody's talking about this, just like this inner, sometimes it's an anxiety, but this inner thing, like, what is it? Because it just feels like something is going to happen. Can you elaborate on that, to what we are allowed to know about that?
It is that this feeling, this knowing, it is there because there is, as you say, the other shoe going to drop. It's to be prepared for those that are awake and those that are not awake, that when the shoe does fall, that they knew this, that they trusted this. There are those that don't feel this at all, and that's all right. That is their role to play. It is not to worry. Many of you are preparing because of your knowing of what it is. And do not worry that you do not and will not be ready for when the shoe does drop, because this is what you signed up for. This is the agreement you came for, the knowing. It will all be presented at the right time. The knowing of what to do at the right time for yourself and others will just be. Does this help you?
Greatly. It sure does. I really appreciate it. I guess too, is that we would just love, I know we would just love to hear your flow of whatever you think is for our highest good to know at this point in time. We'd be honored.
What we would like to say is what we've already said, but also to add, to not be in fear. We have spoke about the judgment. We have spoke about the preparedness that you have or have not had, but will be ready for. But the fear of what's coming, the fear that others are installing on you, this is to keep you out of the being that you are to be. You as humanity have only tapped into a possibility of the beings you have come and should be on this planet that you call Earth. And it will take time, but once this event, as some are calling it, happens, it will flow fast and be like this one text earlier, like a beam of light. If that is the correct saying, faster than the speed of light, I'm thinking is the correct word. The energies that are in the atmosphere on your planet Earth are going fast, speeding along like a freight train. There is no slowing this down. It will be. There are those that do not want the love, the equality, the equalness that will be on planet Earth. But it will be. There is so much light that it is fading out the dark. And the dark knows that it has lost and is trying hard to place more fear into those so that it can control you, control others, not you specifically, Christy, because you are not in fear and we appreciate this. But there are those that are in fear. And that if you are not afraid, you cannot be controlled. You cannot stop the process of the being that you are meant to be when you agreed to come here. You will tap into these great abilities, and it is not to worry as if you will be the same as Chandra, because you are both different. You are both going to have beautiful, wonderful abilities that are the same, but some are going to be very different because so many people will need different aspects of themselves, whether to be healed or just guidance or a knowledge. And so everybody on some level will have their greatest abilities that they signed up for to come into activity, action, control of yourself that you were to be. There will be no more controlling with the fear. And this is what all humanity has been hoping for and wanting: equality, love, harmony, and it will be.
Thank you so much. It's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I did have another question as far as people who are just now starting to, life is complicated as humans. I mean, we have to go to work, rush to our families. There's hardly any time just to be at peace, to hear, our inner voices and to hear the messages that come through that are there to guide us if we listen. And it's, for a lot of people, especially if they haven't been exposed to this type of, connection with spirit, can you just give some simple steps or things that would help them to take those beginning steps in their own self-care and awakening process?
Well, there will be, we must say, a mass awakening, as you call it, at some point. But those that are starting to be aware, because not everyone will have this experience of the Great Awakening. There are a few that are starting to see and awaken now. The best thing to do that we would recommend is to turn off TV, turn off the news, the fear, the drama, and to tap into who it is you are, your soul, the being that you are inside. This is a great time to be here. There are many that wanted to come, but it is only the strong of the strongest that got to come. So you should feel very honored knowing that you are one of the strong, and that everyone has a role here to play, but to breathe and to take in your fast-paced lives 5 minutes, 10 minutes to turn your mind off, to sit and just be And it is greatly advised, if possible, to do this with Earth, Mother Earth. She has been forgotten, and we would like you to remember her, for she is the one that can heal. She is the one that can help and ground you. She offers so many natural healing modalities that have been forgotten from the past. And it is through her and what you guys, Chandra and Christy, call the universal God, that you will find healing and peace for many. Does this help you?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Thank you. Is Chandra okay to go forward, or does her vessel need, please guide me as to how to continue.
We will give her just a minute to recalibrate. The energies that are going are so strong. And we would like to let you know that there are times before we go, like this one, she will be meditating. She will be just thinking in a comfortable spot. And the energies are so strong, stronger than she could stand, and others that will be possibly listening to know that it's okay that you did not finish your meditation, that you fell asleep, that you forgot a step in whatever it is that you're doing, because it is that the energies are coming in so strong, and it is to be a sort of placed unconscious so that your body, your vessel may acquire the energies without doing damage to your vessels. And this is what is going on today with Chandra. The energies are very strong in her today. And we put her to sleep earlier during her meditation. And she woke up a little confused. And not disorientated, but just confused as to why this happens to her quite a bit lately. And this is the answer we would like to give, not only for her, but for others that may be wondering if they hear this. And we will let this one go so she may rest. We thank you so much for all that you do for her and supporting her and others. You are such a caring being. And also to take care of your vessel and yourself as well. Self-love is very important in the next few weeks.
We are so grateful too for the wisdom and for the time and just the ability to give us an opportunity to learn and grow. We thank Chandra and the channel. Thank you so much.
Strong today. Oh my gosh.